Hi and welcome, I'm Sharon. This video is a quick run through of the intuitive art process I often use to create backgrounds for a series of artworks. I'm using it for an oracle deck I'm creating, but it could be used for any type of project. So I start with A3 size watercolour paper and I collage it with pieces of black and white and book pages, and then I gesso the whole lot when it's dry, just to integrate all the collage pieces. The next step is to spray it all over with water. This gives a great starting point for the flow of the paint. And then I mix up colours. This is the main colour I wanted to use. It's just acrylic paint and some flow medium and a little bit of water, just to make it runny, and so that when it hits the page it's going to flow. Then spray it some more, just to try and move the paint around. Just keep swirling the paper around, trying to get some shapes and some movement out of the paint. And now here comes the fun part. It's dropping some high flow paints on and seeing what can be created. I love how they just they have these cool watercolor like blooms. This brand I'm using is called Holecraft. It may only be an Australian brand, but I found these work really well. And here you'll notice that hitting these spots with the water really gets that paint moving, and that beautiful blue, phthalo blue. The idea is to just keep moving the paint, although a happy medium between moving them and blending them in too much and enough that you've got variety. And I just keep adding drops here and there. This is what I love this process. It's very messy and here I'm dropping some alcohol, just a few alcohol drops here and there. It causes the paint to bloom outwards. It creates different shapes. Here even some acrylic ink, some drops of that. And I just keep moving it around. I try not to have a plan, or actually you can't really plan this kind of thing out. and you will never ever get two sheets the same, even when you're using the same colours. It's a bit more water. Very intuitive. And the other thing that I love about this project is no matter how much I do it, how many sheets I make, they'll never go to waste because I can always use them for something. Now I'm introducing a lighter blue again to try and bring back a bit more contrast. A few more drops of the darker ink. More alcohol drops. And I'd suggest, if you don't like getting messy, wear gloves, especially when you're working with blues and strong blues like phthalo. Here I'm just spraying a little bit of gold. It's the final movement of the paper, and now it's time to let it dry. While it's drying, every now and again I come back and have a look if I could move it a little bit more, or if the addition of something else might be needed, like here with this, a little bit of white. Bit of a spray. And this will take a long time to dry. There's a lot of paint. So I've left this overnight, and this is how it's come out. And I'm really loving some of the different textures and different movement in this one. And I also wanted to show you other two that I've done for water. So we've got this one, and this much darker one. And what I love about doing these kinds of intuitive backgrounds is that even though I've used the same paints and same colours, each one is different because you can never replicate it, never ever replicate the same movements, the same amounts of paint. So each one is very different. And you can see that. I'll insert a photo of all three next to each other so you can see that. So the next thing is to cut these into quarters. So I'll have 12 individual pieces to work on. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this process. Keep an eye out for videos on how I'm using these pieces. Bye for now.